All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to say, let's see, it's 3 p.m., I think, Hawaii time. And it is 8 p.m. East Coast, 7 p.m. Central time. I'm really going to need to figure out this whole time change stuff. All right, it looks like we have got Darlene and Rick and Elaine in the house. Rick is waiting with the slipper just in case. Excelente. This is what I like to see. All right, then, why don't we get the party started? Excellent. Now let's see if we can get some background music. Am I muted? No, I am not. All right. We might have all systems go for once. Famous last words. All right then. Cindy Krause in the house. Good to see you guys. Fantastic. All right. Well, a lot of you guys were able to join us for Stutterbuck Cinema last night, which was great. Unfortunately, though, I think a couple people ended up missing the stream because of time change weirdness. So even though we're practically a week into the time change, as you can see from my beginner intro today, and as I got to see yesterday from folks that were like, why didn't you tell me that the stream was canceled? And it was like, it wasn't canceled. It just was an hour later from what you're used to where you're at. So Mitchie Mama didn't get to come and see the movie, even though she wanted to, which means we might have to play The Princess Bride again, and I don't know where it went. Hold on. Oh, I have no idea where it went, but The Princess Bride did seem to be something that everyone did enjoy, so that might be on the list of reruns to share eventually down the road. Hey, eMusic, good to see you today. Phenomenal. All right, so I have to admit, you guys, I have very, very, very little to talk about. But Darlene is over here bragging. Rick and her so full, cheated and had a Culver's butter burger for dinner. Fries too. Oh, yum, yum. You know, I have to say, being the hamburger fan that I am, I'm kind of bummed that like butter burgers aren't more of a thing. Now, I did see that Sonic has got their version of butter burgers these days. I don't know how they compare, obviously, to the original classic Culver's for a couple reasons. I don't know. First off, I haven't had the Culver's version, and I haven't had the Sonic version. So hey, but you know, butter on a burger sounds great to me. Butter on a steak sounds delicious. Why don't we do that too? So, you know, and now, Rick, Darlene, eMusic, Elaine, Cindy Krause, all y'all who are here. What is the best burger topping? Like, what if you had your dream burger that you could create on your own? Like, what would you put on it? You know, I feel like, I don't know. I don't actually even know if I have an answer to that myself, but I think like ketchup and mayonnaise and bacon and American cheese quite possibly could be, and maybe some pickle, quite possibly could be my ideal burger. You know, very simple. I don't need a lot of lettuce. I don't need a lot of onions. I mean, don't get me wrong. Onions, both cooked or raw, mushrooms, cooked, whatever, I'll eat that. But you know, I just have to wonder, like, what's your guys' favorites? And Rick, best topping, the bun. Nice. And Poppy Shaney, thank you so much for subscribing for the 14 months. And burger, did someone say burger? I did say burger. And I'm just wondering what all you guys' dream burgers are. Part of the reason why I'm wondering what all you guys' dream burgers are is because I want to maybe be inspired. Darlene says fried onions, only some, ketchup and mustard with a couple pickle slices. See, you like a simple burger too. Now, Darlene, when you say fried onions, do you mean like the grilled, softened fried onions, I'm assuming? Or do you mean the onion crisps you know, that you put like on top of a green bean casserole. Because I'm guessing you mean the softer, you know, the regular kind of fried onions. But when I read fried onions, for just a second, my mind went to like the crispy kind. And I have to tell you, I've never had the crispy kind on a burger. And suddenly I'm like, oh, do I want to try the crispy kind on a burger? I mean, like, I think I want to try a crispy kind on the burger. But okay, both are great, but you're talking about the softer kind. Okay, so it sounds like you have had the crispy kind of onions on a burger then. So I'm not like making that up as a possibility. I mean, I guess you could put anything on a burger, but okay, both. Oh, both? Oh, that would be really good, wouldn't it? Like the supremely onion burger. You know, you've got your soft caramelized onions and then you got your crispy onions. I might have to like think about a way to maybe like get tiny little onions in the burger beef and then maybe some thin slices of raw onion and then maybe the caramelized onions and then the crispy onions. And then it would be like the onioniest onion burger ever to onion. And let's see here, Pocola Tea coming in. Quick, how's it from Maiden Hawaii Festival? Listen to Beasley. Now Robbie Kalau is taking the stage. Kaha Kalau is taking the stage. Front row seats. Nice. Awesome. Well, you are definitely not trying to be disparaging, but I think you've got front row seats for a better show than the one we've got going on here. So thank you so much for tuning on in just to say hello. And let's see here. Terry is raiding with a party of 2. Awesome. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Terry. Right now, we're talking about our dream hamburgers. And the moist blue sponge burger is definitely better than the gray sponge burger. I think we definitely know all about that. And so let's see here. Elaine, you like lettuce, tomato, sweet pickles, and mustard. Not much of a fan of ketchup, though. Fair enough. Now, see, I don't like sweet pickles at all. I like the dill pickles. However, I have had some burger sauce, you know, like the proprietary goopy gloop that some places make. And it's sort of a mayo sweet pickle relish combo. And that's actually not pretty bad. I don't mind that. But sweet pickles on a burger, I don't know if I've ever tried that. That sounds like, well, it sounds like a taste sensation I'll need to get familiar with, is what it sounds like. And let's see here. You forgot the dill pickles on your moist blue sponge burger. And let's see here. Pocola Tea, who knew there were so many artisans and businesses? Almost 400 vendors in this Ala Moana parking lot. Whoa, dude, that's craziness. And Terry, you like dill, but sweet relish is good in tuna mayo. Oh, okay, I can see that logic. I have a jar of both in my fridge, and I bought the sweet relish for a very specific reason. I can't remember what it was, but I do recognize that even though I'm not a fan of sweet pickles, there is a place for sweet pickle relish. Absolutely. And Elaine, you had a dill pickle that turned your tummy. It was powerful. When I was a kid, I ended up getting food poisoning. Now, it wasn't from these. I think it was from like an undercooked. It was at a barbecue. Who knows what the food poisoning was from? But I'm relatively certain it wasn't from these little hors d'oeuvres that my mom made, which was a slice of ham with a little bit of cream cheese wrapped around a pickle, which apparently like this hors d'oeuvre is like making a big comeback. I've seen a couple TikTok videos talking about how it's so wonderful, and I was like, I totally remember those. Anyway, I got sick after the barbecue, and the thing that I was experiencing while being sick the most was, or rather re-experiencing, the thing that, you know what I mean, was those cream cheese pickle ham things. And I'll tell you what, dude, for probably like 20 years after that, I couldn't even be in the same room as cream cheese. Oh, cream cheese just was ruined for me like nobody's business. So I can totally appreciate how a dill pickle after something less than ideal happening, a dill pickle is just like, yeah, you're not my friend anymore. I don't know if we're ever gonna be friends. We'll see, but you're not my friend right now. Yeah, I get that. And let's see here. And Cindy Krause, you make a great zucchini relish. Tastes like sweet pickles. Awesome. You know, you can make, I swear, zucchini, you can make everything out of zucchini. You can make bread, you can make chocolate cupcakes, you can make relish, you can make dinner, you can make all sorts of things. And let's see here, what else? E-Music, you like specially made mustards on top of the hamburger. Dijon with cranberries tasted delicious. That sounds weird. I want to try that. I also don't know. See, I definitely am not a fan of the mustards on my burger. I mean, I can handle it, but mustard on hot dogs is definitely good. And that Dijon with the cranberry on a nice hot dog. Yeah, that sounds good. See, this is why we're having this conversation, so I can get some, so we can all get some ideas about what to buy next time we're in the condiment aisle. And Gina, you're like, you like the burgers with pepper jack cheese, pickles, onions, and romaine lettuce. Right. I can appreciate that logic. Romaine is a completely different mouthfeel than, iceberg. So yeah, that makes a huge difference. Now, pepper jack cheese is good, but you know what else I actually surprised myself by liking once? I don't normally like blue cheese, but I, for some reason, ended up getting a blue cheese bacon burger, or I don't know how it ended up on my plate, but a blue cheese bacon burger ended up on my plate. Oh my God, you guys. Blue cheese is gross, but blue cheese with bacon burgers? I think everybody needs to try it at least once because it is delicious. And let's see here. Rick, everything zucchini steaks, they just don't cut it. All right, that's true, but you can make noodles out of your zucchinis. I think they're called zoodles when you do that, right? And Gina, yeah, I don't like blue cheese either. I still don't like blue cheese under any other circumstance, but like the kind of blue cheese that this burger had was in just enough taste proportion. It actually, I'm not going to force it down your throat. Don't get me wrong, but for somebody who does not like blue cheese, I was surprised at how much I liked that flippin' flirpin' burger. And Terry in Scotland, my Valley Girl's perfect. Awesome. That makes me so happy to hear. Thank you. Yeah, well, that was my era growing up, and I have been a West Coast girl my entire life. Not a California girl, not a Valley girl, but that whole Valley thing, it kind of spread. E-Music, you also like this soft cheese, something like blue cheese, but soft. You forgot its name. I wonder, now I want to go down a rabbit hole. Does anybody know what the soft blue cheese is like, or what she's referring to? What E-Music is talking about? Because I feel like I know exactly what cheese you're talking about, and it's like on the tip of my tongue. Roquefort, maybe Roquefort. Roquefort isn't what I was thinking, but Roquefort absolutely is another variety or similar to blue cheese. By the way, Andre, good to see you. And let's see here. Pocola T, sound turned off, just reading chat and watching Statter Smile. Anybody else already grabbed their turkey for Thanksgiving? Funny you should ask that, because I was going to mention it is the season for incoming turkeys. So all y'all, whoops, there we go. What did I do? There we go. Remember, it is the season for incoming turkeys. And Blue Stilton, Terry, isn't Stilton, I thought Stilton was a variety of cheddar cheese. And you're telling me that they've got blue cheddar cheese? Well, first off, Terry, am I right? Is Stilton kind of like a cheddar cheese? And then my second question, if that is true, what? They've got like a moldy blue or a moldy cheddar? Let's see here. Gina, isn't that funny how you don't normally like tomatoes, but you don't mind it on a burger? Yeah, it's sometimes, you know, just the right context. Just like I said, it was like, I don't really like sweet pickles, but I have sweet pickle relish for a reason, and for whatever reason it was a good reason, and like that thing needed the thing that I don't like, I needed to put in the thing to make it taste better. So very bizarre. And let's see here. Terry, no, Stilton is a variety of blue cheese. You eat it on oat cakes. Okay. I don't really know what an oat cake is, but okay. And let's see here. Gorgonzola. Okay, so Andre's coming in with all sorts of things about the blue cheese of the Roqueforts, et cetera, et cetera. Gorgonzola is the cheese that I was thinking of. So is it Gorgonzola that you're talking about? That's the soft cheese that's not the blue cheese that you like? Let me see who it is that... Yeah, eMusic. Is it the Gorgonzola? Is that what you were talking about? And let's see here. Cindy is saying, try soaking the zucchini noodle in some teriyaki type sauce. Use it like the noodles in chow mein. Oh, I might have to do that. And Andre, so many blue cheeses, so little time. I definitely would let you eat all of the blue cheeses. Let me just tell you right now. And Picola T, you picked up your turkey at Costco on Friday. Word on the street is there might be a shortage. Well, you know, come November 19th, there might be a shortage of a lot of things. And no, I don't have any more news about the rail strike. But remember, November 19th is the day that the strike legally could begin at, you know, as early as. Probably won't, but that is the day that whatever agreement it was that they came up with months ago, November 19th is the end of the cooling off period. And that is when striking can happen. I'm not saying it will. I'm saying, according to the agreement they signed, it's an option. And let's see here. Yes. So wait. Okay. So Rick is liking Terry's or Cindy's good idea about the noodles. And let's see here. Oat cakes are a Scottish delicacy. I'm not surprised. I just don't know. Like, I just can't imagine, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know. I don't even know how to formulate the question that I have. eMusic, you think it's Havarti? Well, now, Havarti is not a blue cheese. The reason why I know that is because Havarti is one of the best cheeses in the world. I love me some Havarti. And eMusic, have you ever had Havarti with dill in it? Like the little dried dill herb? Holy flirking snit. Havarti with dill is so flippin' delicious. And Andre, when you say incoming turkeys, I imagine frozen turkeys being launched from the air cannons to test aircraft windows. Well, you know, that's probably a better thing to do rather than what WKRP in Cincinnati did back in the day. And I don't even think that they yelled incoming turkeys because, you know, they thought they could fly. Oh, eMusic, you're allergic to dill? Okay, well, it's really tasty, and take my word for it, but don't eat it. That's all I have to tell you right now. Yeah. And let's see here. Terry, yeah, brie and camembert are similar, but camembert to me has a little bit more of a... Camembert to me tastes fancier than brie because camembert has this ammonia essence in it that brie doesn't. And I don't like the ammonia essence, but apparently that flavor profile, people who are like really into cheeses are like, oh, that's what makes it better. So it's like, okay, you can, okay. But Darlene, brie with sometimes baked in a crust and served warm with veggies, breads, and fruits. I've seen dreams of that on the internet. I have never had a baked brie, but I have to tell you, it's on my list of things to eat because seriously, fresh, fresh baked pastry surrounding a warm cheese. I can't even imagine anything better. I mean, put me in heaven right now. Put me in heaven right now. And yeah, Andre, B-Music, or E-Music, yeah, be careful if you eat in Scandinavian countries, because, yeah, they do go crazy with the dill. I think Havarti is a Scandinavian cheese, or maybe not a Scandinavian cheese, but it's, like, close to Scandinavia, like maybe Denmark. No, wait, Denmark isn't Scandinavia. Yeah, I think Havarti might actually be a Scandinavian cheese, but definitely don't quote me on that. And Terry in Scotland, brie on Ritz crackers is the bomb, but is it as good as Cheese Whiz on Ritz? Yeah, we're done here. We're just done here. Is it as good as Cheese Whiz on Ritz crackers? And let's see here. Yeah, and Rick. Okay, Rick, this is actually, you're kind of hitting it, like why I didn't even know how to frame my question. Okay, Terry in Scotland, if cakes are cookies over there, let's see, what is it? What are cakes? If cakes are cookies over there, what are cakes? Cakes? Wait, now I'm confused. But that's exactly how I get, we know I'm confused. And, Marmac, good to see you. Thank you for the sub. And, let's see here. Cheese. Anything cheese works for me, says Marmac. Perfect. Yeah, cheese is, glorious cheese. It really is a wonderful thing. And let's see here. So, most cakes are cakes, but some are like cookies. It's confusing. Awesome. See, I'm glad we've cleared that up. And, all right, there you go. Yeah, see, Darlene and Kenny are like, wait, I thought cookies were biscuits over there. Well, apparently a biscuit is a type of cookie. Now, I'm only getting this from the Great British Baking Show or whatever. Biscuits and cookies are not necessarily 1000% interchangeable. Like, to be a proper biscuit, it's gotta be a certain, like, it really is a certain texture. Because, like, I don't think that they call shortbread cookies over there shortbread biscuits. And I don't think they really call them shortbread cookies either. I think they just call them shortbread. But I don't think, like, a shortbread cookie is not what the Brits are referring to when they say a biscuit. A biscuit is usually crispier, a little bit thinner. And Terry in Scotland, I kind of expect you to throw down the haha emote because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I definitely have opinions that are probably wrong. So yeah. There you go. And let's see here. You just do not think puddings is dessert in the UK? Well, pudding is dessert in the UK, but that's actually what it is, right? It's dessert. It's not necessarily custard like we would call pudding. Kenny from the Cove, according to your friend in England and the box she sent me, they do call them shortbread cookies. Okay, so that actually, though, does then reinforce what I was trying to say and saying very poorly. Cookies are their own thing, and biscuits are a type of cookie that is a very specific, like, you know, like I said, a shortbread cookie would never be called a shortbread biscuit because it's not the right thing to be a biscuit. And like I said, Terry in Scotland can point and laugh at what I'm saying because he's just, I'm sure he's just like, yeah, no. But I feel like I might know that. Okay, well, black pudding isn't a dessert. That is true. But pudding is, like, you know, when you're done with the meal and someone says, now it's time for pudding, what they mean is now it's time for dessert. And you might get a bowl of custard for your pudding, or you might not. Like, pudding is just dessert in England. it's just what they call it. But you're right. The black pudding, isn't that like a breakfast item? Or I guess maybe it might be a lunch or dinner item too, now that I think about it. And Terry, I'm so glad that you got those 2 jars of Cheese Whiz and the box of Ritz crackers. And for those who are asking, no, there was no Pabst in the box. It just so happened that the box of the Ritz and the 2 Cheese Whiz jars together fit so perfectly in the Pabst Blue Ribbon box that it was like, well, I'm not going to go searching for a new container. I've got 1 or 2 of these Pabst Blue Ribbon boxes in my house. Might as well put them to good use. Hey there, Doe. Good to see you coming in. Cindy Krause, cheese in Hawaiian food is kind of gross sounding. I will tell you what. Okay, so I grew up with a lot of Filipino people, but I had a friend in high school who was Filipino. Well, he's still Filipino, and we still do keep touch over Facebook. And he posted a link to a recipe for lumpia with cheese in it, and it was actually the link was to an article about Filipino cuisine merging with other cuisines. I can't even remember what that is called when the 2 types of cuisines, cross or whatever. But so anyways, and part of that movement was people changing up what is inside lumpia. And thank you, Rick. Fusion. All right, people. So glad you can put the words in my head. Yeah. So fusion. And, right. And so lumpia with cheese was one of them. And I emailed him back, or I posted back. I was like, look, I'm a white girl. I have no say in what Filipino food can or will do and what they should or shouldn't do. But cheese and lumpia is unacceptable. I refuse to acknowledge cheese and lumpia. No. And he was just like, yeah, you're white, but I agree with what you're saying. There shouldn't be cheese in lumpia. And yeah, as a white person, I am not the one who gets to dictate where Filipino cuisine goes. But even my Filipino friend was just like, yeah, let's not put cheese in lumpia. Let's not do that. And let's see here. Whoa, Elaine, last week your daughter got me some salad, some Soman salad. I'm assuming maybe Simon salad is what you're saying. Had a bunch of shredded cheese in it. And that's a first for me. No, I didn't get to eat it with the cheese mixed in, so I don't know how it tasted. Yeah, that sounds really weird, dude. I don't really know. Yeah, I just don't know. Okay, so Terry, I'm not making things up. Black pudding is, I knew it was pig's blood sausage. I actually know somebody who made it, like, in real life. And it is a breakfast food. Got it. And let's see your dough. I didn't get to finish your statement. So you're so amazed to see men have a sweet tooth. Your gym buddies have it. Thank gosh, sweet's not for me. Well, you are lucky not to have a sweet tooth, because when that sweet tooth starts to creep and crawl on in, you just need something sweet. And it's just like, sometimes I'll just take a saltine cracker and like sprinkle a little brown sugar on it if I don't have anything in the, because it's like, oh, I need something sweet. Kenny from the Cove, I can picture Statter telling a guy that she can't date him because he puts cheese in his lumpia. Actually, here's the deal. Because I do like cheese, because I do like lumpia, and because I have said anything deep fried is delicious, I would have to try the lumpia first, but probably one bite into it, and then I'd see what it was all about. Then I would say, oh no, I can't date you. If you're going to feed me this, I can't date you. Oh my God, Pocolati, no way. Just because that nozzle fits perfectly, do not snort the Cheese Whiz can. And by the way, the stuff in the can is not Cheese Whiz. Cheese Whiz comes in a jar. The stuff in a can is called Easy Cheese. Now, I call it squeezy cheese, even though you can't squeeze the can. I call it squeezy cheese. And whenever I go camping, I always take a can of squeezy cheese because it's the easiest thing to eat. You don't have to worry if your hands are even that dirty or clean. You don't have to prep anything. You just press the little lever, and it's delicious. And Darlene, for Rick, it's chips. He likes his salty, crunchy snacks. You're the sweet monster. Excellent, excellent. You know what, though? I like both. And God help or God curse the person who decided that salted caramel was something that we should try and do. Because now it's like, well, see, it used to be I would eat caramel until I got sick because it was too sweet. And then I would switch to something salty until it was too salty. And then I'd go back to something sweet. But when it comes to the salted caramel, it's just like, well, I could just keep eating this all day long. All day long. Salted caramel. Cursed that cursedness. And let's see here. They have bacon cheeseburger lumpia at the other Bay Area restaurant. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a burger lumpia I can see because a lot of the lumpia is already made with ground beef anyway. But and I think, as we've mentioned earlier today, what with the whole cheeseburger talk, I am a fan of cheeseburgers. But cheeseburger lumpia, I just don't know. With or without bacon. And granted, bacon makes everything better. And even with the bacon in the cheeseburger lumpia, I'm like, really? Really? I just don't know about that. And then, let's see here. Oh, weird. So, Elaine, you're saying that bought the bento, but who made the salmon salad with the glob of cheese and the dressing is sweet soy sauce? Oh no. I mean, the salad actually sounds delicious with the soy sauce, etc., but not with the cheese. Cheese with soy sauce? No, now I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw a line. And Cindy Krause, in my opinion, what should be in lumpia? Well, first off, we've got banana is always going to be a winner as far as dessert lumpia goes. But the traditional stuff that my neighborhood, the Filipino community in my neighborhood would make was actually like really simple. It's, you got your ground beef, you got your onions, you got your bean sprouts, you got your carrots, your spices, etc. Now I know that some people prefer pork to the ground beef, and that's cool. And by the way, the lumpia that I'm talking about is lumpia that has all the fillings cooked before you roll it up and then deep fry it. I am not a fan of Shanghai lumpia. It's not the lumpia that I grew up with, and so to me it's not lumpia. It obviously is lumpia. It's just Shanghai style. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, some lumpia is like really, really thin, and it's made with raw meat in the middle, and then they wrap up the raw meat. And by the way, it's a raw meat spices herb mixture. It's not just meat. And then you wrap that up in the wrapper and fry it. And you have to make sure you fry it good because you need to cook the meat inside. And then the other type of lumpia that I grew up with is a little bit thicker than your finger. It's it's thinner than the typical egg roll, but thicker than a finger. And it has all the ingredients cooked before you wrap it up. And so basically you're just cooking it to reheat the inside and to cook the wrapper. And that's the lumpia I grew up with. So that's what I consider lumpia. Like I said, there's another style called Shanghai. That's just not my shtick. Chopped cabbage. I knew, chopped cabbage. And then of course you've got your seasonings. You've got your pepper, you got some soy sauce, etc., a little bit, salt, pepper, whatever. Yeah, chopped cabbage. Forgot about the cabbage. And let's see here. Let's see here. So Worcestershire sauce on a grilled cheese is good. Well, now I'm gonna have to try that. I made some tomato soup last night and I've got leftovers, and my big plan for it tonight was to have a grilled cheese sandwich with some tomato soup. So, and I have some Worcestershire sauce, by the way, so I just might have to, give that a little, I'll give that a little try. Kenny. In my young and stupid days, I once told a girl I didn't trust her because she looked like she puts ketchup on her tacos. I was drunk at the time. What can I say? What you can say, Kenny, is you were speaking the truth. Because honestly, you should never trust anyone who puts ketchup on their tacos. Now, I am not somebody who likes hot sauce. Do not get me wrong. You're not going to see me putting all of the spiciness on the flippin' taco. But who in the flying fork puts ketchup on a taco? That is not even, no, that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. You should not trust that woman. And, all right, and so Darlene, it sounds like your grandma's cabbage rolls, raw ground beef, chopped onions, seasoning, etc., fried or baked. Okay, first off, fried cabbage rolls? Is that what you mean by fried or baked? The cabbage rolls wait, are you talking about, okay, now I'm so confused. Are you talking about the stuff that you put in the cabbage roll, that you either fry it up or you bake it up? Or are you talking about the cabbage roll itself either getting baked or fried? Because I've never heard of a fried cabbage roll, and well, if one does exist, I need to hear about this fried cabbage roll. That sounds like it might be really tasty. And let's see here. Gina, craving chocolate now? I'm always craving chocolate. And Andre, they got Dole Whip at the Lumpia Company restaurant. Gotta try them. Well, that sounds delicious. The Lumpia factory that I have in my hometown does not serve any of the Dole Whips. It does serve chicken or pork adobo, beef or pork lumpia, pancit, and then the banana lumpia. And that is all that's on their menu. And I have to say, I love them for that, because all of those things are so delicious. And Kenny from the Cove, you wasted much time in pointless debates about what real goulash was, because you grew up eating only Hungarian goulash. Okay, well, Kenny, I'm actually not going to get into debate with you, because what's the difference between Hungarian goulash and what other people were calling goulash? Because I actually don't really know what goulash is. I mean, I heard of it, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I don't really even know what goulash... I mean, goulash is something made with ground beef in my imagination, but I don't really know. Like, I thought that I knew what stroganoff was, but apparently stroganoff isn't made with ground beef. It's actually made with, like, chunks of some kind of other beef or something. So, I don't know a lot about a lot, obviously. And, oh, yum, Cindy Krause, your friend is making terry chicken and bringing you some. And Marmac, you're going to be getting dinner after we sign off. Yeah, well, us West Coast folks, it is dinner time once the sign off gets signed off. And Terry, you're hoping for some terry chicken, right? You don't see it though. And let's see here. Okay, so Andre's got some ideas about Hungarian goulash. You had to make Hungarian goulash at our school trip, and they gave us the wrong paprika. Not the sweet, but the hot, and man, did we burn everybody's mouths. Oh yeah, sharp. Yeah, and they don't even bother to call it hot paprika. It's called half sharp, apparently, and it's just like, I have burned my own tongue on accident grabbing the wrong paprika jar out of my own cupboard. I totally know how that, Yeah, I know how that could happen. So let's see here. Darlene's coming in. You mix a meat. Yep, that's what she said. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay, Darlene said let's see here. Oh, this is what we're talking about for the cabbage rolls. You mix a meat mixture, then roll a portion of the meat in the cabbage leaves, then either fry them with some salt, pepper, and onion and garlic, or bake them with a tomato-based sauce. And in hard times, to stretch the meat, stir in some rice into the meat mixture. Wow, see, now I've always thought that cabbage rolls always had rice in with the meat mixture. I've never seen one without it. So how decadent to have just a meaty cabbage roll. And yeah, I've only had them with the tomato sauce baked. I've never heard of frying them. I just bought some cabbages, and I've got some ground beef. I might have to check that out. And so, okay, Kenny from the Cove. Hungarian goulash is stew meat cooked in a brown sauce with paprika. And American goulash is ground beef and macaroni in sauce. Okay, now the American goulash is what I think of when I think of goulash, but I'm also like, I don't think that's really goulash. But my question about the Hungarian stuff is, you say it's cooked in a brown sauce. What does that mean? Like, because in England, there actually is a condiment called brown sauce. So is it brown sauce, or is it just what do you mean by brown sauce? I guess is what I'm asking. And Andre, yeah, my mom always made the cabbage rolls in the tomato sauce too. And Darlene, your grandma usually added rice, right? Yeah, that, like I said, I always thought that was like standard. See, Honda, good to see you. We are talking about a lot of different things, but guess what? They all center back with food. So we were talking about food. We were talking about hamburgers. Then we started talking about cheese. Now we're talking about goulash and all those, and cabbage rolls. Goulash and cabbage rolls. And so, Kenny, your mom bakes her cabbage rolls in the oven with a brown gravy and no rice. Weird. That is definitely not a version of... I'm going to have to go look that version up on the interwebs. I've never heard of a brown gravy on the cabbage rolls. And, you know... And Terry in Scotland, Italian lasagna doesn't contain cottage cheese. That is true, which is why, because the lasagna I make does contain cottage cheese, which is why I always preface it with, I refer to my lasagna as fake lasagna. Like, I will not even go against an Italian person who takes one look at my lasagna and is like, that is not lasagna. You're right, Italian person, it is not. It is fake lasagna, but it's darn delicious, and it's easier to make than the 47-day process of making the infinite layers of the littleness and the blah, 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 and the blah, 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 and the whatever with your ricotta cheese. I just use the cottage cheese for my lasagna. But you're totally right. Italian lasagna, my lasagna has cottage cheese. Italian lasagna better not. Absolutely. So let's see here. And Cindy Krause, I used to cook hamburger with onions, peppers, cabbage, then throw in a tomato sauce and water, then add rice and boil 10 minutes and simmer to finish rice. Is this American goulash? I actually call that, depending upon how much tomato sauce or whatever that you put in, I call that cabbage roll soup, which is what I usually make instead of cabbage rolls, because cabbage rolls are kind of a pain in the butt to make. And so, you know, if you just pour it all in one pot, it tastes just as good as a little cabbage roll, but it's just a soup. So I call what you made cabbage roll soup. Let's see here. Darlene, Italian lasagna has ricotta and parmesan. Italian lasagna actually has more than just the ricotta. Apparently, it's also usually got 3 different meats in it, and pork, beef, and veal. And if you don't have the veal, apparently like real hoity-toity Italian type people are just like, you at least need the pork and the beef. Like just an all beef lasagna apparently makes some people very angry. And let's see here. Rick, I love it. You don't really cook, but when you were younger, you made yourself a breakfast of pakalolo and eggs. I don't remember what you'd call it, but omelet. That was good. That's a good one. Okay, Kenny, so it's not brown sauce like from a jar in England. It's when you cook the stew meat and other ingredients, you add water and cornstarch to make a gravy that the whole shebang cooks in. Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. And let's see here. Andre, angry Italian, never heard of that. Well, you know. And let's see here. Cindy, well, rice I use is uncooked, so you add the water accordingly. Yeah, the rice that I use is uncooked too, but if you add enough tomato sauce and water and, you know, brothy stuff, suddenly it turns into a soup. And that's what I've got with the... that's what I do instead of the cabbage rolls. I just make cabbage roll soup. And let's see here. Bobby Shaney, I'm back. The Sharks went into overtime and then a shootout. And yes, we're still talking about food. You got it. I'll tell you what, you guys, I really didn't have a lot to show you guys today. So I'm glad that we're you guys are coming up with all these little scattering paths that we can follow because yeah, I really needed some inspiration and you guys are coming in just like the stars of the show that you are. And let's see here. Andre, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Nani Aloha. And when you first went to Italy as a 9-year-old, you thought all Italians were angry. Yeah, you know, I worked with a Russian lady, and I swear to God, every time she was on the phone, it sounded like she was yelling at somebody. But really, she was just, you know, making a new real estate deal or whatever. But yeah, isn't it funny how some foreign languages sound so angry to our American ear? And let's see here. Okay, so Darlene, you're thinking beef stew, brown the meat for the flavor. You add your veggies, potatoes, spices, broth that thickens a bit with cornstarch. Yeah, that's yes-siree, yes indeedy. And let's see here. Cindy, being a Kanioe, rice is in everything except for macaroni salad. Yeah, you know, I definitely have never seen rice and macaroni salad, but apparently, so Cindy, you can, well, actually anybody who's familiar with the cuisine on the islands, I was watching Amanda and Felix Eats. They're a YouTube couple. They're a couple of content. They are content creators on YouTube who are a couple. They live on Oahu. They do food reviews. And whenever they go and get plate lunches, sometimes the mac salad that they have is made with spaghetti. What? And sometimes the mac salad that they get has potatoes in it. What? So is that like... What is that? Is that a thing? Is that normal? What is that thing? What is that thing? Why would you put potatoes in mac salad? And why would you put spaghetti instead of macaroni in your mac salad? And it's like, and apparently when they get this potato salad or mac salad with the weirdness in it, they're not like, oh, that's weird. They're just like, oh yeah, you know, this is how they make theirs. Like, you know, apparently it is normal, but what? You've had the mac potato salad, it's ono. Gosh, yeah, I just don't know. That just seems like maybe, I mean, I'm not one to worry about carbs ever. Let me pause and take a drink of my sugar soda. But macaroni and potatoes in the same salad? See, Honda, you love mac salad with potatoes and spaghetti. You make mine that way, or make yours that way. Okay, I guess that's all right. Okay. Yeah, my mac salad is very simple in comparison to what you guys obviously are making. My mac salad's macaroni and cheese, onions, carrots, salt, pepper, mayonnaise and milk. You know, I mean, I think that's about all. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I meant to ask, Si Honda. Okay, so when you make the mac salad with the spaghetti, and I have literally never seen it in real life. Now, do you break the noodles up? And if you do break the noodles up, do you just break them in half? Do you break them in quarters? Like how big are the noodle? How long are the spaghetti noodles is what I'm asking. What I'm trying to ask. I'm not asking it well. Are they little chunks or are they the full, like, you know, wrap your fork around it, kind of slurp it up kind of noodle? And let's see here. Cindy Krause. Well, we mix tuna with eggs, so gotta to taste anyway. I like to put a hard-boiled egg in my tuna salad as well, because it makes the tuna salad fluffier and not like as pate-like. So let's see here. You guys are talking about football. Apparently there's a football game in Germany today. People in Seattle were waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to watch it. That was weird to hear. And Kenny from the Cove, I have not seen the entire episode yet, but I did see that bowl of ramen that you're referring to that Amanda and Felix got. And quite honestly, I don't even understand how they could eat it. I mean, it was a bowl of ramen that was like this tall with stuff. I don't even know how you would begin to eat that thing. It looked delicious, but it was just like, I'm gonna need 18 other plates just to dismantle this so I can start eating it. Okay, Si Honda, so you break the noodles about a quarter length. That's sort of what I expected. But I wasn't at all sure. And Kenny coming in, they break the spaghetti pretty small for spaghetti mac. Okay. And Marmac, yeah, potato mac is a thing, but you rarely see it on island style menu. And let's see, Si Honda, when you make it with spaghetti, the mainland peeps are scared of it. Well, that's silly. I mean, spaghetti is just a different type of pasta. It just seems like it'd be a really kind of a weird mouthfeel. I'd like to try it. I'd rather have spaghetti in my mac salad than potatoes, frankly. But, you know, I'll eat it with potatoes too. And then Terry's saying that the nuts are... No, Terry is not saying anything about the nuts. Terry's saying that the Germans are nuts about the NFL. Yeah, apparently, I guess there's every year, maybe or so, a couple teams go to Germany to go play there. Let's see here. Marmac, you did not tune in to see for the Seahawks, did you? No, I did not watch it at all. But I do know that there was a couple bars in the area that opened early, and they had pajama parties. Like, so if you came in your pajamas, you'd get $5 off your order, which I thought that was kind of cute. But there's no way I want to wake up at 6:30 to watch football. And there's no way that I really want to go to a bar at 6:30 in the morning. And if I'm at a bar, that means I'm going to drink. And frankly, I don't really want to start drinking at 6:30 in the morning. So I just didn't really have any interest in that whole situation. Oh, Rick. Okay, so it's the first time ever in Germany, but London has NFL every year. Got it. Okay. And let's see here. So, Malka503, good to see you here. Fantastic that you're able to tune in. I'm not sure if you're still in the Oregon area or if you've started your trip, but Malka's going to be on the road for a little bit. And because he's going to be on the road, we are going to... Statterbox at the Cinema is going to be receiving his huge collection of DVDs. What is coming in the mail? I don't know. But we will be watching it on Statterbox of the Cinema. Okay, maybe not all of it, but probably a lot of it. Probably most of it. So Malka was the one who brought the movie to us last night, which was Princess Bride. And by the way, Malka, I don't think you were here last night to watch the movie, but seriously, I think it probably was one of the most favorite movies that people have watched on Statterbox at the cinema. Everybody loves that movie so dearly. It was just so awesome to watch it with everyone last night. I really, really am so thankful that you shared that with Statterbox at the cinema. Everyone here had a great, great time because of that movie. So thank you so much once again. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, still drinking at 6:30 a.m.? Maybe. Absolutely. If I'm going to be drinking at 6:30 in the morning, it's because I've been drinking the whole night before. I am not going to get up at 6:30 in the morning and be in the mood to drink anything. Not even really coffee. I don't want anything at 6:30 in the morning. Except for sleep, actually, is what I want at 6:30 in the morning. And there you go. Andre, you don't go into your hood bar because as a kid you saw all the old men drinking and you were going to school, you said you'll never be those guys, and to this day you've never got in there. Well, that's good and everything, but I'll tell you what, man, if you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, the bar is where it's at, man. I have learned more about the history of things and stuff in my town thanks to the Waku bar that's just around the corner from my house in the last 6 months than I probably have learned in the past 20 years living in this town. Because they're old timers who've been here since forever. And, they know things and stuff about the town that I would have had no idea. For instance, who knew this? There was a movie theater right next door to Waku, 70 years ago. There was actually a movie theater. That's weird. I had no idea that my town even had a movie theater, let alone one that was within walking distance from my house. So let's see here. Okay, you talk to the dudes who go to the bar and they tell you the stories. Got it. Still, though, sometimes it's fun to, see what's going on in the bar. See what drama ends up unfolding. For instance, it's not really drama, but there is a gong in the back of the bar of Waku that I go to. And if you bang that gong, that means you're buying a drink for every single person in the bar. Well, one time when I was there was only me and this other dude, and he thought he was going to be and the bartender, and he thought he was going to be a smartass. So he wandered over to the gong and banged the gong because he knew, it's like he'd be buying one person a drink. He knew this, right? Well, between the time that he got up from his bar stool and wandered over to the gong, his back to the front door the entire time, he didn't see the 10 people that came in. So he banged the gong and turned around to this crowd full of people. Everybody got a good laugh, including the 12 people that walked in at the last minute. So, let's see here. Marmac, you had an Italian restaurant serving drinks starting at 6 a.m. for night crew coming in from their shift at the cannery. Yeah, it's funny how different towns have different hours for that type of thing. When I was growing up in Bremerton is such a Navy town, and the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard at some points run 3 full shifts. So it's 24-hour working. So the second shift doesn't get off until 11 or 12 at night. And we had a liquor store that was right near the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard. Now this was back in many years ago in Washington State. The liquor stores were run by the state. They were run very specifically by state rules and regulations and had very specific hours and blah, blah, blah. Except for this one, well, there might have been a couple others, but this one in my town, one liquor store was allowed to stay open until 1:30 in the morning because they were catching all of the people coming off of shift at the shipyard. So you could always go to a liquor store and know, so there was at least one liquor store that was always open. And now I was a kid, so that didn't really affect me too much. I mean, I got to hear about it, but the other thing was all of the subways in town stayed open until 1:30 in the morning. So when I moved out of town to college, a non-Navy town, I was stunned when I found out that Subway closed at 9. I mean, I honestly thought that that every Subway closed at 1:30 in the morning because that all the Subways in my town did. But yeah, every town has their own little, so you had a restaurant that absolutely like recognize like, oh, hey, here's some people who need a after work drink, their happy hour. And so, yeah, exactly. 6 a.m. start pouring again. And, we've got bars that are like that here. Cause in Washington, just like in California, it looks like what Andre's saying, in Washington, you can't, after 2 a.m. you can't sell. And then 6 a.m. you can start again. And so, yeah, so 4 hours without, but yeah, there's bars in my town that open at 6 a.m. and there's no cannery, but they've got people lining up waiting to get in at 6 a.m. And let's see here, Kenny from the Cove. There's 2 bars, a liquor store, and a Taco Bell within reasonable walking distance from my house. How am I still alive? That is a good question. And Andre, no, the subways are not patriotic in Washington, only in Bremerton. Because I moved to a different town in Washington and they were not open till 1:30 in the morning, much to my chagrin. No, it's just it's the Navy town, the Bremerton ones. Well, actually, that's not true. The Kitsap County ones, the Bremerton and Silverdale area, but whatever. And let's see here. So let's see here. Okay, so Kenny, you live near Taco Bell. I have a question because there's 2 things that Taco Bell has quote unquote reintroduced or is going to reintroduce. And I'm not sure if they're there yet because I'm not really a fan of Taco Bell normally, but they reintroduced their taco pizza, but then they ran out of it. And so I'm wondering, A, do you know, is the taco pizza still available yet? And B, apparently they're bringing back the beef enchilada, which is like an enchilada burrito thing. I liked the beef enchilada back when they had it. And so I'm wondering, has the beef enchilada come back yet? So that's my question for you. And then let's see here. Andre, they tried to make the bar hours longer in California, but it lost in state assembly. Yeah, I don't know if that's ever happened here in Washington. I feel like I vaguely remember when it happened in California. I don't know though, when the Californias, let's try this again, shall we? When California tried to extend their liquor selling hours, did they try to make it 24 hours or did they do the New York thing and try to extend it to just 4 a.m.? Because I think in New York, bar time is 4 a.m. I know that in Nevada, bar time is 24 hours, which is weird. But I just, I'm just wondering if they were going the New York route or the Nevada route. And let's see here. Oh, they tied it to like 3 or 4 in some places. Okay, so more the New York route than the Nevada route. Gotcha. And Kenny, for health reasons, you haven't stepped foot in the Taco Bell since 2018. Fair enough. Probably a good decision, honestly. I mean, really, nobody needs to go to Taco Bell unless it's 2 a.m. and... you know. And Terry, you knew a guy in the Air Force in England who collected booze rations from non-drinkers and bought duty-free booze on base to sell to London pubs. The Office of Special Investigations busted him to slick sleeves and sent him to Laredo Air Force Base in Texas. Oh, wow. You know what, though? That was kind of brilliant. I mean, obviously, was it worth it when he got caught? I don't know. But, way to be an entrepreneur. Way to be an entrepreneur. Wouldn't even occur to me. I mean, like, to take the rations from the non-drinkers, that would totally occur to me. But to resell it, like, no, that wouldn't occur to me. And, let's see here. They got the KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut in one place sometimes. Oh yeah, all of those Yum brands have a lot of crossovers. The Yum brand crossover that I have in my town or in White Center is a KFC A&W. But I definitely have seen a Taco Bell, Pizza Hut on more than one occasion. And you guys right now might be seeing little cat ears. That's Ashes, who's not quite in the shot, but not quite not in the shot either. Let's see if I can lure her. See if I can lure her. Oh, she's just being shy. All right, there. All right, I'll stop playing with my kitty and start paying attention here. Okay, Cindy, so Taco Bell is where you like to go. What is your Taco Bell thing? See, this is her tail. This is my little Ashes' tail. Here's her tail. What do you... Yes, we do have a visitor. It's little Ashes. She's playing with a Q-tip here. What? Oh, my thing is going nuts. Uh-oh. What did... Uh-oh. Hold on. No. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know what I just did, but hopefully you guys can see everything. And let's see here. Oh, you haven't been to... Andre, you haven't been to Taco Bell or McDonald's in so long. Let's see here. Yeah, I would love to bring Kenny. I'd love to bring her in the chat stream, but she's like, the more I talk about her, the more she's going out of the oh, here we go. Is going out of the screen. There we go. All right. I got a little bit confused on how to do my thing. And so, okay, Cindy, Mexican pizza, Taco Supreme, Nacho Bel Grande are the top. Well, Mexican pizza was gone for a little while. They've got it back. Or maybe they've got it back. They're bringing it back if they don't have it already back. The Mexican pizza, I really like the Mexican pizza too. Yeah, Mexican pizza was definitely one of my favorites. And then what's the other thing that I like? Oh, I like the Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. So like they use the Dorito chip. You know, they've got a nacho cheese corn tortilla for the taco shell. I like that. That's one of my favorites. In fact, when they came out with the Doritos Locos taco shells, I basically was just like, well, they can just throw away their regular taco shells from now on, because this is how tacos are supposed to be served. But apparently a lot of people don't like the Doritos Locos taco shells, which, I mean, I guess that just makes more for me, but they're wrong. They're wrong. And let's see here. Darlene, you haven't been to Mickey D's or Taco Bell for a while either. You go to traditional Mexican restaurant with good foods. Yeah, well, if and when I go to Taco Bell, which I haven't in a long time, but if and when I go to Taco Bell, it's not that I want Mexican food. It's because I want Taco Bell, because it's a very different thing. I mean, I know that Taco Bell is supposed to be Mexican food, but it's Taco Bell, not Mexican food. And Let's see here. Cindy, oh no, you had a bout with depression after you drove up and tried to order one and they said they don't make them anymore. Sad day. Well, they're coming back. They might even be back already. I don't go to Taco Bell enough to know, but they say they're coming back. And so, so one day you might be able to get your Mexican pizza again. You might be able to get your Mexican pizza. And Poppy Shaney, then there's King Taco, which is yummy. I will have to believe you on that because we don't have a King Taco. Not even close. And let's see here. And well, they aren't the same. Oh wait, you mean you've tried the new Mexican pizzas and they're not the same as the old ones? Is that what you mean by they're not the same? Because that's too bad because the old ones were good. I mean like really good. And you have Del Taco in the Carl's Jr. Interesting. Excuse me. I don't think we've got Del Taco up in the Pacific Northwest. And if we do, it's a new thing. But I don't think we do. But definitely don't quote me on that. And you'll eat Taco Bell when you're given a choice of that or KFC. Gotcha. Oh, okay. So Cindy, the tortillas are a different texture. Not horrible, but different. Okay. And let's see here. Poppy Shaney is telling me the original King Taco is in East LA. Best if C Honda and I are with you if you go someday. All right. Fair enough. I can appreciate. I think I'm picking up what you're laying down and I can appreciate that warning / offer. And Rick, way long time ago, an Enchilito hit the spot after closing time. They're bringing the Enchilito back. I don't know if it's back yet, but they're bringing it back. So one day after, closing time, if you're out and about, which I'm sure you won't be, but if you are, you should go check out your Taco Bell. And let's see here. See, Honda, Taro was so good today. We had a convention all day online and he stayed the whole time. Oh, what a good boy. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, as much as you try to eat healthy, I still have 2 huge kryptonites. Convenience store burritos and 7-Eleven quarter-pound hot dogs with cheese and jalapenos. I can see that logic, actually. No. The convenience store burrito thing, I have so many friends who love them and live on them, and that confuses me. But 7-Eleven does have some pretty good hot dogs. However, what intrigues me is those hot dog-shaped hamburgers that they have. Now, I've never had one of those hot dog-shaped hamburgers, but it seems like my brain would have a really hard time comprehending eating a hamburger in the shape of a hot dog. Like, I feel like I would have some cognitive dissonance trying to eat that. Not that it might be delicious and taste good. I just feel like it would feel really wrong to do that. And so Marmac had Del Taco in Idaho, but haven't seen it in Washington, Oregon, at least not nearby. Andre's coming in with, no, they got Del Taco in Federal Way. That's why when I said we don't have Del Taco, I was very hesitant because I was like, wait, I feel like I might have seen one someplace. So, okay, we do have them in the Puget Sound because Federal Way is definitely part of the Puget Sound. In fact, Federal Way is part of the High Line that I live on. So, okay, we do have Del Taco. I'll have to try Del Taco then. And Kenny from the Cove, the quarter-pound burger bite from 7-Eleven is pretty ono if you dress it up like a regular burger. Right, yeah, and I figure you would. But it doesn't feel weird to eat a hot dog like a hamburger. It just seems like my brain would just implode on itself. Like, it's just not right. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland is coming in with Del Taco in Wichita Falls makes a supreme burrito that is sinfully good. Casa Manana for the real stuff. I don't know what Casa Manana is, but now the Del Taco in Wichita Falls, is that the same Del Taco that everybody else is talking about right now? Because if it is, I might have to go down and see what their Supreme Burrito is all about. Federal Way is not that far away. And you know, I mean, new fast food. I like new fast food. Let's try it. And Poppy Shaney, okay, so Del Taco is greasy in your opinion. Okay. And let's see here. C Honda, I did see your question. Who would be protecting who from who? Which frankly really made me laugh. And now I'm seeing Poppy Shaney's response. That's exactly it. We'll be the two tittas who take care of the meek man in a bad neighborhood situation. That is perfect. And let's see here. So you had a friend that ate nothing but 7-Eleven food, mostly the burritos, and made me never want to eat it at 7-Eleven. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of 7-Eleven foods at all. Like I said though, their hot dogs aren't that bad in a pinch if you're in the mood for a hot dog. Because they grill them, you know, and grilled hot dogs are kind of tasty. Or, I mean, I don't know if they grill them, but, you know, they roller heat them as opposed to boiling them. And boiling hot dogs is probably one of the least satisfying ways to make a hot dog, in my opinion. So, yeah. And let's see here. Oh, Marmac, awesome. So you're coming in for the Vancouver location. Is just about 10 miles north of me. Didn't even realize it's there. Yeah, so Marmac, there you go. If you're in the mood to try out the Supreme Burrito that Terry was talking about, you know, yeah, eat the Supreme Burrito and let me know what's up. Or maybe we'll have to race to see who can get to Del Taco first to try the Supreme Burrito. Me against you, Marmac. You've got Vancouver and I've got Federal Way. Let's start now. No, let's not start now. We're not done with the stream. And let's see here. Yeah. And Kenny, exactly. When you're kind of, you know, when you're just letting go into food temptations, you definitely don't overthink it. I mean, the only thing if you're giving in to food temptations, the only real thing you need to overthink is how many extra add-ons do I want to add? Oh yes, extra cheese, please. Yeah, why not throw on some onions? Oh yeah, how about some grilled onions too? Yeah, when you're giving into food temptations, the only issue really is, what more am I gonna add on to it? Because I'm already breaking the rules. Let's break all of them. All of them. Just like Darlene and Rick did at Culver's with their butter burgers and French fries. And let's see here. What? C Honda, you've eaten at Del Taco. All you've eaten at Del Taco is their double Del cheeseburger and crinkle cut fries? Hold on, wait. Del Taco has cheeseburgers and crinkle cut fries? Well, why are we having this discussion? Del Taco is clearly the superior taco place if they've got burgers and fries. I mean, what? Especially the crinkle cut fries. Crinkle cut fries? Oh, Del Taco's owned by Carl's Jr. Oh, okay. Did not know that. Marmac, all right. I'll see you soon. Hate to miss the rest of the food chatter. Carry on. Kenny from the Cove, number and amount of food add-ons is dictated by amount of funds on hand. Exactly. That's where your overthinking goes. That's where your thinking goes, is how many add-ons can I afford when I'm breaking this rule? And Terry in Scotland, before they were bought out, Arby's had a Swiss King with a pile of thin sliced roast beef, thick slice of Swiss, and grainy brown mustard on a sourdough bun. You still dream about them. Dude, that sucks when you've got food that you know you can never have again. Because I don't think I would like that, but I can totally see why somebody would. Like sourdough bun and just the whole, yeah, you really, the way you described that, I can tell you still, the way you described that, I can tell you still dream about them. Oh yes, I can tell. Andre, you need to go shopping because you're eating way too much takeout. Yeah, it's so tempting and easy to do. But yeah, you do need to go shopping. Buy your fresh veggies. Make your fresh veggies. Eat your fresh veggies. That's the important thing. And Kenny, in 1989, you remember the year. I dated a girl who worked at McDonald's. Those were the glorious days. There you have it. That is so funny. All right, you guys. So Marmac's on the phone. So why don't we take this break to watch a quick Lono video, and then we can come back, and maybe Marmac will be back, and we can then maybe keep talking about hamburgers. All right. So let's watch this Lono video, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, welcome to Slacky Sunday. All right. Another old song. Here we go. Key of G if you got him.
Aloha iene laula, aloha ku'upua pi I ka kela, he moa ni ke ala I ka polila, uhe I ka rai oia pua. Ia o koni ka rai koni vai, hui o ke ani ani, ia ui ka rai. Vai hui o ke ani ani. Aloha iene laula, aloha ku'upua pi I ka kela, e moa ni ke ala I ka polila, uhe I ka wahi oia pua. Ia o koni ka wai koni vai, I hui o ke ani ani. Ia ka wai, vai hui o ke ani ani. Aloha ku'upua ka ilimala, e moa ni ke ala I ka pola, uhe nei ka rai oia pua. Ia o koni I ka vai koni vai, hui o ke hani ani. Ia ui ka vai, vai hui o ke ani ani.
right, there we have it. Yep, Lono is a lefty there, Gina, and not only is he lefty, he's a lefty who plays just the upside down. You know, he doesn't restring the guitar. But not only is he lefty who plays upside down, doesn't restring, he can actually teach, and he does teach ukulele to right-handers or left-handers or upside down left-handers. He can, any way you want to learn, he can actually teach you how to play the ukulele. So like if you are a left-hander and you're like, no, I don't want to just flip it, I want to restring it or whatever, he can teach you like that. If you're a right-hander who wants to play traditional right hand, he can teach you like that. His brain is able to just make things upside down and work. I don't understand how his brain works, but yeah, his brain and his fingers, he's a lefty. He's a crazy lefty like that. And let's see here. Andre, no lumpia emote, you know, because people would probably think of it as an egg roll anyway. And as far as the lumpia tour of the Bay Area, I don't really know. Food tours are not necessarily up my alley these days, but I definitely wouldn't mind to visit one or two shops. But a huge tour of like all day lumpia stuff probably would make my belly hurt more than anything. And so and I don't even know when I'll be hitting the Bay Area. Hopefully, I'll be able to hit the Bay Area when Andy Bumatai starts thinking about doing his tour. And it sounds like the Bay Area is definitely going to be having a lot of different shows, you know, thanks to Poppy Shaney and being the home base. But I'm fingers crossed, hoping among hopes and hopestesses, that's right, hopestesses, that Andy will make it up to the Seattle area. And if that's the case, then I'm just going to watch him in the Seattle area. I ain't going to fly down nowhere because he's going to be coming where I'm at. And, oh no, Kenny, you've got a hungry headache. That's not good. And after this, I honestly think we just spent the last hour and a half talking about food. I really do think that's all we did. That's all we talked about. So, we've got 2 minutes left in the show, so we're going to switch topics, and we're not going to talk about food for a minute. I want to thank everybody last stream who, not Stouterbucks at Cinema, but the one before, we were talking about my washing machine that came in, and it caused a clog for my shower. Well, I just would like to let everybody know, I did not call a plumber, but I did use some Dawn dish soap, some baking soda, and some vinegar, and some boiling hot water, and I did solve the problem myself. So, nothing but safe stuff for the pipes, and a great result. So there we have it. And Andre, thank you so much for the extra biddies. C Honda, thank you for the biddies. Poppy Shaney, thank you for the subbing. And Andre, thank you so much for the gift subbing. And I'm sure I forgot other people who re-upped their sub today, but thank you all for that. We will see each other next Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to be talking about next Wednesday. But, you know, if nothing else, we can always fall back on cheeseburgers because cheeseburgers, if I remember correctly, was exactly what started off the scatter today. And boy, oh boy, did we cover a lot of different topics. And yes, eMusic, I can't tell you how happy I was when last night it took a couple rounds of, you know, dish soap and vinegar, you know, took about a half a box of baking soda and, you know, a good chunk of vinegar. Well, I guess you don't really measure vinegar in chunks, but you know what I mean. And and yeah, but it did eventually work. And Terry in Scotland, you've been here before. That's exactly it. Cheeseburgers are the fallback position here. If all else fails, let's start talking about cheeseburgers. That is right. And let's see here, Andre, your daughter-in-law has a beauty shop. She had to call the plumber to fix it. Well, when it comes to professional problems, she probably should have a professional fixer-upper. But I knew what the source of this clog was, and I figured, I think I might be able to tackle this. So, it turns out I did. Now, famous last words, it might come back up at me and then we'll point and laugh at me and say, haha. But right now, I'm feeling excited. So, thank you so much for hanging out. And we will figure out what we're going to be talking about on Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, you guys, and I'll see you in a few days. And hopefully I'll see you before that on Andy Boomatai's stream, because I think Tuesdays is going to be a regular. All right, then. Everybody take care. See you soon.